Kia ora koutou, no mai haere mai, and welcome to Frogs on Friday on a bit of a dreary old day here in Tamaki Makaurau. Before I get started, have to give a huge shout out to the All Blacks. Another great win there and one step closer. On today's show, we have Mahi Media. We're talking about employers doing enough to look after the planet, and do we actually care? We'll have a look at some of the hot jobs across Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. And today I'm joined by Esha Nischol to discuss our upcoming talent webinar. So, all about taking the next step in your career in Auckland. If you're looking to change jobs or enhance your career, there's some great tips coming up. So, Esha will tell us more about that. And we'll finish off, as always, with our social media polls. So let's go through to Mahi Media. Okay, so we recently set out a poll to find out if Kiwi workers thought that their employers were doing enough to care about the planet, and also how much of an issue or how important that issue was to them. So, some of the key results from the survey there, we found that 2/3 of workers said that no, actually, employers aren't doing enough to look after the planet. And only 27% said yes, they're doing a ripping job going above and beyond. Now, if we take that a step further, we also asked about the importance of this issue. Now, this one's a little bit of a surprising result. So, we found that 40% of the workforce said that employers in protecting the planet was important or very important. Now, that was up from 25% last year. So, I think it's clear to see that it is more of an issue. But it was quite surprising and maybe a little bit worrying that the other 60% didn't seem to be too bothered. Now, I guess if you take that on face value, that's one thing, but maybe it reflects that some of the other issues, such as cost of living, job security, and work-life balance, are maybe more important to employees right now. There's also the chance that they feel that employers or businesses can have more of an impact on those issues directly rather than solving big environmental issues. So I think it's clear to see, though, that 40% is still a really big chunk of the workforce. So employers do need to take note. And for you, I guess it's about make sure you're expressing what's important to you and that what you're looking for in an employer to either make a move or to stay where you are. So make those big issues known. Let's go through and have a look at some of the hot jobs this week. Okay, so first up, we have our temp job of the week for New Zealand. So I'm going to bring Esha in early to talk about the financial reporting analyst role that we have at the moment.
Perfect. So hello everyone. So we do have a financial reporting analyst role on the temp side. It is located in Mount Wellington. The main responsibilities are providing stakeholders with financial reporting and ensuring that the data is up to date for all of the business needs, and the management of the training programs for the staff on the financial systems. What they're looking for is someone that has about 3 to 5 years of experience in the financial systems, a SAP certificate and accounting accreditation. So if you feel like this is a role for you, please contact Narayan on 09362 0781.
Beautiful. Let's see what the perm job is. Okay, so this one is a partnership specialist role based on the other side on Albany, this time also based in Auckland. For this one, you're looking for, we'll need an HR or recruitment qualification and experience. And they're looking for someone who can create plans for growth, both in terms of revenue and engagement and partnerships within the organization. So someone who's had experience in those areas will work out well with this. If you would like to find out some more detail, please get in touch with Julia from the Auckland office. Okay, let's have a look at some of the jobs in our branches overseas. Okay, I never look at the jobs in the UK first, so it's always a surprise on what's going to come up. They haven't failed me this week, so another interesting role, a conservation architect. So this one's looking at assessing historical buildings within the area, both for value, architecture, and structural integrity. So sounds like a really interesting role there, and love the variety. Again, if you are interested in making the move to the UK, feel free to get in touch with anyone from Frog or People to People to connect you with the team there in London. Okay, let's have a look at the Australian job of the week.
Hello everyone. This role is in a finance team of 7 people reporting to the most caring, supportive and knowledgeable financial controller in the sector. It is with a growing food business which is capitalising on all the fruity trends that are currently in the market. Established for over 40 years, this is a great time to join the team and be part of further expansion. Working 5 days a week in the office, your role will be 50% end-to-end credit control, in addition to learning and taking on different month-end tasks. Located a 10-minute bus ride from Central Station and with free parking provided, you'll be working collaboratively with your colleagues in the office every day. As an experienced credit controller, this is your opportunity to expand your skill set and take your career to the next level. The salary is 75 to 80,000 base plus superannuation and of course some yummy product discounts. Please reach out if this role sounds like you or you think might be suited to someone you know. Thank you.
Well, so it sounds like some pretty interesting roles across in our other branches. Yummy discount sounds pretty enticing to me.
Yeah.
We might need to up our game in how we advertise some of the roles we've got here. Now, thanks for joining me, Esha. Now, we've got an exciting webinar coming up next week.
Yes, so I'm very excited to tell you about it. So Frog Recruitment's latest talent webinar for 2023 is called Taking Your Career to the Next Step in Auckland. So since 2020, our teams have interviewed about 11,500 job seekers and 1,050 business leaders who represent more than 1 million employees across Australia, New Zealand and the UK to produce our annual employment and salary trends market report. And that report identifies workplace trends and expectations for the year. So this year, this report revealed that 23% of the workforce is passively looking for their next job opportunity in 2023. So with such a high percentage of people actively looking for a new role, it's more important than ever to make yourself stand out with potential employers. So this webinar is hosted by Frog Recruitment's Managing Director, the lovely Shannon Barlow, and a team, that's her, and a team of recruitment recruitment experts. The 1-hour webinar will cover a range of things, including the most common challenges job seekers face and how to overcome them. So ideally, you can take the next step in your career. There will also be info on things like the current state of the Auckland market, which is something that a lot of people are very interested in at the moment, utilizing recruitment agencies to grow your career, which I have noticed from experience, a lot of people still don't know what agencies do and what we can provide. So I think that's a really good one to find out about, and marketing yourself in a way that shows your transferable skills, tips on writing resumes and cover letters, and an interactive Q&A to end it all off. Yeah, so that's what's in it.
Excellent. And if people are interested, how can they sign up to get involved?
Perfect. So the webinar will be held on the 10th of October at 12:30 p.m. So if you are interested in learning about it a bit more, or you're wanting to sign up, there is a link in the comments and you can click it now, and then it will also be available after this.
Fantastic. Yeah, really looking forward to that, and particularly always love the Q&A session, although people do tend to put us on the spot a little bit there, but we're up for it, aren't we? So great to see, yeah, what the experiences of people out there in the market, or maybe who are just dipping a toe in to see what it's like.
Definitely. I will be there watching, so come join me and we can learn together.
Excellent. Thank you, Esha. Let's go through and have a look at the polls. Okay, so we asked, it was all about micromanagement last week, and mainly on the negative side, a little bit on the positive, but we asked if you've ever had a boss or manager who has micromanaged you. Sounds like that's a pretty common experience. So 74% said, yep, absolutely. Let's have a look at this week's poll. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, we're still talking about cost of living. We haven't quite solved that particular problem just yet. So, with the increased costs, have you been more inclined to work from home? I think, particularly in Auckland, well, everywhere, the petrol prices, all of those things, but also with a lot of disruption to public transport as well. Sometimes the option to work from home can be can be beneficial if the wallet is getting a little bit light. So interesting to see how the results come through there. We'd love to hear your comments as well. So please remember to add in there and tell us more about it as well. Okay, that is it for this week's show. Love to see you back here next week. See you then.